The best smartphone of 2021? There will be a lot of contenders, and Xiaomi are among the first to reveal this masterpiece. Let's inspect. Hey, welcome everybody! How are you doing? I hope you're enjoying the day, and the wait is finally over. The Mi 11 is here. Probably the worst kept secret in the world of smartphones because it got revealed a few weeks ago in China. And actually, according to the statistics, this model of smartphone has been sold in 350,000 units in the first batch for only 5 minutes, which sounds quite remarkable, and it's interesting to see how it's going to perform on a global, worldwide level. So yes, this video is going to be based on the Mi 11 Global Edition, and it's mostly based on my first impressions because I only had a few days to try it out, but it's gonna be more. I'll probably make a video after 11 days or weeks. We'll figure this out. So what is this smartphone about? Think of it like that. All of the best features combined together and packed in this amazing flagship. The Mi series have flagship DNA inside, and Mi 11 is totally one of the best looking and the best performing flagships ever designed. And I think it will finally get the attention that it deserves, since the last Mi 10 series stayed under the COVID-19 shadow. It just happened to explode by the time the Mi 10 series were being revealed, and unfortunately that's still from the show, and the Mi 10 never got the attention, never become that popular as everybody was hoping for. And if actually there's something to be thankful about to the pandemic, it's the fact that this year many of the flagships are gonna have a bit more normal prices, and at least prices settling down. Even some of the flagships are gonna be more affordable. It's been proven by Samsung with their S21, which is costing just a little bit less than last year's flagship. And the Mi 11 confirms the very same tactics. Truth is that if we look back, the step between the previous generation flagships and this one is a lot more significant than what it used to be for the 3 or 4 generations before that. The first obvious difference that you're going to notice is the package, and that's something rather expected. And what I mean by difference is the fact that now we're no longer going to get a smartphone charger, a wall charger, with most flagships, and there's actually a very good reason to do so. Apple was the first to do it, then followed by Samsung, although I remember plenty of companies were trolling about the lack of charger, but you know, it's all about technology. There's a big difference between the regular chargers that were manufactured based on the regular silicons until now, and this here is the 55-watt GaN charger. Gallium nitride technology, which seems to be a lot better than everything we know so far, and this charger has the capacity of 55 watts, which is remarkable. You can get the battery up to full from 0% to 100% within 45 minutes. This is why you have the choice to either go for this phenomenal technology or use any of the chargers that you already have at home. I don't even know why I'm starting with the data about the charging in the battery, but let it be. From 0 to 100%, as we mentioned, the phone is going to be fully charged within less than 50 minutes. As a comparison, it's going to take around 70 for the warp charge technology of OnePlus on their 8 Pro smartphone. This is an improvement of close to 30% as compared to OnePlus 8 Pro, around 25% better than Mi 10, and a lot faster than the Galaxy S1, which has a smaller 4000 battery, but even with such one, charging takes longer because the charging can be at a maximum 25 watts. This is a big win for Xiaomi, especially considering the fact that it kicks the of the OnePlus 8 Pro, which is a lot more expensive smartphone. Question is whether OnePlus is going to come up with something even better, because as you probably know, the 8T, the more recent model, has pretty much similar results and can charge up to 100% within about the same amount of time. Now, the next big question that we're going to discuss, this huge ring that you see on the back, this is the new edition of the 108 megapixel camera. And I'm pretty sure everybody's going to be asking about that. How good is the camera? Can it take some really superb photos? Well, let's take a look. As always, I've prepared for you a lot of photos and videos, and for day-to-day photography, there's probably nothing more that you could wish from this sensor. The low-light photography is what actually matters. Truth is that Xiaomi are primarily utilizing Samsung image sensors for a very long time. Basically, these days the smartphone world is ruled by two companies, at least they are supplying most of the image sensors. On one side we have Sony, on the other side we have Samsung, with probably Sony having the edge in the past few years, because if you look into the DxOMark charts, it's primarily smartphones that are utilizing a Sony image sensor. But Samsung are catching up very quickly, and this 108 megapixel sensor already has its third iteration, which performs amazingly well. Let's make a test. Here's a photo, low light, and here's the same photo in low light. Take a closer look. Notice the lights, the letters, the visibility of the light and the dark areas, the noise reduction level, the compression, the colors. So, which one did you like better? You see, the differences are not that significant, and thanks to the great software processing, you can get great results even with a more budget smartphone. The difference that flagships make are a few though. They have significantly larger sensors, so this will guarantee a lot better dynamic range, meaning that if the day is super bright, the camera will be able to handle the brightness and not make the dark areas too dark. You have, of course, the privilege to take better photos with less attempts, and also a lot better slow motion, superb video recordings. If you care about 8K, this phone can do it, and it's even stabilized because the camera has OIS, optical image stabilization. 4K is amazing, and probably it's something I'm gonna use from time to time this year to shoot other videos. And very important to me, the phone, besides having Pro Photo mode, has a Pro Video mode. By the way, the MIUI camera app has been further enhanced. I consider it to be the best Android camera app anyways, so now there are what they call them one-click cinema AI modes, and I'm really curious to see how DxOMark are going to rate this camera in their charts. It's a new version of the sensor inside, and improvements are pretty obvious, especially when it comes to video recording. Besides all that, the Mi 11 also has a wide-angle camera. So let me show you. It's from both larger rings. That's the bottom one. It's a 13 megapixel, 123-degree wide-angle camera. Since we talk about wide-angle, we should compare it with one of the best. So let's put it side by side with GoPro Hero 9. The GoPro clearly has the better stabilization when shooting video, but the low-light battle is so easy to be won by the Mi 11, especially when it comes to photos. And there also is a third camera called Telemacro, 3 cm autofocus minimal distance. That's crazy! Just look at all these photos. This is a phone that you can definitely use for macro photography. Okay, so how about the rest? Well, the latest Snapdragon, custom processor cores, the best graphics performance known until now. The Mi 11 comes with 8 GB of RAM and 2 storage configurations. However, no microSD slot is available. It's too early for me to talk about performance because it's a mixture of software and hardware optimizations, but it has all that it takes for brilliant user experience, and I believe this will be the exact case. Xiaomi have gone a lot further with the display this time. It's crazy good, one of the brightest I've ever seen, 120Hz refresh rate, and has wide QHD resolution, understand 1440p. Right now I wonder if that's really needed, but let's say definitely wouldn't harm. Maybe only the battery life is gonna be affected, but you can run it at low resolution mode, so that's gonna be okay. Adaptive sync, amazing contrast, hardware level mistouch prevention, advanced ambient light sensor, sunlight mode, and all of that beauty is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus. If you haven't heard about Gorilla Glass Victus, that's a pretty interesting technology, and you can look around for some tests, especially for some drop tests, because Corning, the company which is staying behind Gorilla Glass Victus and generally the Gorilla Glass series, they promise up to 20 drops from 1 meter distance, and this thing on the front is gonna survive. On the back, nah, that's still scratch resistant, but it's not a Victus. The amazing features continue to surprise us. We have inside NFC, infrared blaster, and that thing is used for, you can teach this smartphone to execute the commands of your remotes at home. We have the latest Wi-Fi and Bluetooth technologies, blazing fast in-display fingerprint sensor, face unlock, which seems to work very well even with a mask on. And maybe the most remarkable out of the rest are the speakers. Stereo speaker system, which is certified for high-res audio, tuned by Harman Kardon. Let's hear it out. So, at the end, what are the takeaways from all that? First of all, this currently seems to be the best choice for a flagship device of 2021. Having 8GB of RAM at a maximum makes me think that Mi 11 Pro is also on the way, but currently most of the specs of the Mi 11 are not simply better than the Galaxy S21, they actually seem to be competing with the S21 Ultra in some areas. As for drawbacks, let's see if we can find something meaningful, because the lack of headphone jack and micro SD slot doesn't really count. But it obviously has no waterproof certification, and I wish there was a 12GB RAM edition. Other than that, looks like the perfect 2021 smartphone. So there are two questions left that we don't know the answers for. First of all, how good this phone is going to perform in the long run, and yeah, I'm going to make a follow-up video about that sooner or later. Second question is, are there going to be any other awesome features which the forthcoming flagships of 2021 are going to offer? And I guess we're going to find out about both soon enough. But as of now, this was everything I wanted to share with you about the Mi 11, and I really hope it was useful and you enjoyed the episode. If that's so, there's a magic like button. Also, if you want to get more cool tech inspections, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael. Been such a pleasure. Wish you a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.